90% of all traders lose money. Out of the remaining 10%, 9 in 10 of those will underperform the market in the long term. So why would everyday people with zero knowledge about the stock market still invest in the stock market and lose their entire life savings in a matter of seconds? Currently, there are people on WallStreetBets losing so much money it would cause you indigestion. Even though it's a difficult question to answer, we think it has something to do with these 3 things: greed, false self-esteem, social media influence. The first one is pretty self-explanatory. Greed has been plaguing people from the beginning of humanity. It's one of the 7 deadly sins, and it was sometimes the sole reason for the collapse of empires. Major investors like Warren Buffett even have a saying about it that goes, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." The second one, false self-esteem, has got to be one of our favorites. Here's what we mean. Have you ever noticed that when other people are doing the same thing, we usually know what kind of results they'll get? For example, when people start drinking too much, we usually know where they're about to end up. Or we are eager to shout, 9 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 5 years when a friend starts a new business. But somehow, we fail to see this oh-so-apparent fact when we're the ones doing something. We think that just because it's us for some reason, somehow the math will change. We think that we figured out how the system works, and now we're gonna rig it and become millionaires. Well, if you've ever noticed something like this in real life, welcome to day trading, the profession where every trader thinks that they're better than Warren Buffett. And the third reason, the one that starts people off on the journey of massive losses, has got to be social media influence. These are all of your TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram influencers teaching people how to trade their money, working 4 hours per month or even per year, while traveling the world and recording it all with their brand new iPhone 14. Sound familiar? Well, that's because influencers figured out what people want to see, and they aren't afraid to give it to us. But they're not the ones to blame. We as humans are constantly looking for that golden bullet, the one thing that will make us millionaires overnight. And then we can spend the rest of our lives sipping margaritas on a beach in Hawaii and smashing that like button just like you should do if you haven't done it already. Remember that scene in The Big Short with those 2 mortgage brokers who said this and were making oodles of money just because the market was up? Well, that's what usually happens with day traders. They start out small, they test the waters, and the market allows them to wet their beak. Making money by listening to the tips of professional traders feels good. So instead of investing safely with only a fraction of their funds, they start pooling in more and more of their money. For a time, it seems good because it's a bull market and all the stock prices are going up. But then the bear grabs a hold of those individual penny stocks and pink sheets, and your investment portfolio that was once as big as an oak tree shrunk down to an acorn. Or the more popular approach, people start investing in options. In the beginning, they all start with blue-chip stocks that track the performance of the S&P 500 index. They are well diversified, and they have a sound strategy for growth. And then, they discover options trading. The money they make for their first few successful trades is more than enough to entice them to get more and more into options trading. And at one point, they make so much money that they think they are unbeatable. And then, the market takes a turn. You know, just like it's been doing in the past couple of months. And then, all that money they've invested is wiped out in a matter of seconds. So, let's take a look at a few of them from WallStreetBets. After about 39 trades, a guy lost exactly $228,734 in a single month. And then his investment bank Fidelity sent him a letter. To say that it was sarcastic would be an understatement. Here's what they said in one paragraph. Quote, "We want to make you aware that last month, 39 trades were executed into your account, and that the overall equity value of your account decreased by $228,734.60. And Jack posted the picture of the letter on Reddit and said, quote, "Fidelity sent me a letter to let me know I'm retarded." We think that it's pretty safe to assume that when someone loses $250,000, he didn't plan on doing that. This one is a bit more conservative. The Reddit user by the name of Hate My Darn Job managed to smash that subscribe button, just like you should do if you haven't already. But no, he managed to lose probably a year's worth of salary in about a fraction of a second. The total loss? $45,398 on a single go. He invested a huge chunk of his portfolio into the stocks, like $40K in one go, and when the stock took a tumble, this happened to his portfolio. Judging from the name, we're going to assume that he was trying to get out of the rat race through trading. But the good thing is, maybe he'll start loving his day job when he realizes that his night job is even more difficult. In his free time, instead of investing, he advises other Redditors not to do what he's done. This is the portfolio of a kid who managed to make around $140,000 in a short amount of time through trading. And then he posted this photo on Reddit. To say to him, easy come, easy go, would be a little harsh, but the people in the comment section didn't think so. One Redditor even said, lose $100K at 18 years old? I was cutting grass and washing dishes at 18 years old. Easy come, easy go. That's what happens when you lose 88% of your investment portfolio and tell Reddit about it. Now, this is an example of an all-time dumb person. We understand losing a lot of money in stocks. We even understand losing a lot of money with options. But what in the world told him it would be a good idea to concentrate all of his wealth into one stock and then wait it out? Oh yeah, that's right. Warren Buffett once said, diversification may preserve wealth, but concentration builds wealth. But he probably forgot to read the part about investing in stocks and not stock options. He invested in American Airlines Group, and he probably waited for the stock to rebound after the pandemic. And he would have been right had he invested in stocks. But this man decided stock options are the way to go. And they were, until they led him to bankruptcy. One trader thought it would be interesting to make some quick cash from the GameStop options. He took out a second mortgage and invested in the stock market, and his portfolio grew to $5.3 million at one point. Now, a sane person would think, you know what, I'm happy with a 15,100% return on my investment. I feel comfortable, I've made more than enough money, and I'll cash out. Not this dude. He probably thought his portfolio would soar to $10 million, so he waited. And then that $5.3 million turned into $300,000. To tell you the truth, it might seem crazy that he lost $5 million, but he still made about 10 times on his initial investment, which is nothing to complain about. See you in the next video.